what's typically part of your outcome-based contract? Do you define the risk upfront? Do you define, let's say, PLC, the architecture, infrastructure? What is this really involved? What's really involved in this? Yeah.
Yes. So again, sticking to what I said before, we really take a business angle to those contracts. So typically what we do is we identify within a department of a large company, we identify a business process that can be a target for those contracts, and then we typically commit on delivering result against that. So let me be very tangible and practical here. If we take a finance department, or if we take an HR department, or if we take an IT department, and there's hundreds of people working on a given process and processing, let's say, tickets, for example, in a ticketing system, we will scope the work. We will do the analysis of the data, which is sometimes difficult because sometimes the data is not fully structured. So it requires a bit of data science skills to do that. And then we will, based on the experience that we have, we will assess and we will commit on a certain improvement of that process. So practically, if there's 200 people working on, I don't know, 10,000 tickets, after doing the analysis and mapping those tickets to known use cases that we have in our library, we will be able to commit to the client and say, if we implement intelligent automation, I'm not going into the technology, but intelligent automation, we will be able to deliver 10, 20, 30, 40% improvement, which means that we will be able to release and you will be able to redeploy, 10, 20, 50 people. And that's what we commit on. Everything else, when we frame the contract, is not even being discussed. I mean, of course, we go into the solutioning, into the details of the implementation, but contractually, what's really important for the client is that we are able to deliver those improvements and we are able to free up those resources so they can do something else that is more important for the company, right? So again, that's really how we talk to the client. It's really a business conversation, and it is not a technology conversation. We consider that it is a given that we're going to be using technology to deliver those results, right? So again, that's really important for people that are typically very technical to understand that we are not talking about infrastructure. We are not talking about a given software vendor. We are not talking about, all of that will happen downstream once we have demonstrated to the client that it is possible to improve their operation, to automate their operation, and it is possible to, as I said, release, redeploy a certain number of people. That is where the conversation happens with the client.